I guess we could do a show.
Yeah.
We could just babble.
We don't know.
Babble about your green screen and talk about the con and how we wish we were there to grope Olivia Munn and
exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, because the San Diego Comic-Con is actually taking place right now as we speak in California, and Will and I are the only people that are fanboys that aren't there, and girls.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad because my name is Fanboy Will, so I feel like I'm kind of like letting everyone down by not being there.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm a disappointment to fanboys and fangirls everywhere.
Now you're just Boy Will.
I know. Now I'm Boy Will. See, Boy George even means something, but Boy Will doesn't mean shit. See, I gotta get no respect. No respect.
But you can now. Well, we haven't done this since we started the show.
No, man, it's been, what was it? Our first show was, I think the first show was the Tomb Raider show. It was the Ascension show, wasn't it?
Yep. Well, the first one was our lame-ass show when we just we were reading off the script. Yeah, we wrote up the script and everything. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. Yeah, we'll try it again. We'll just...
Trying to be all professional.
Yeah.
The hell were we thinking?
Yeah, 2 years later, it's not any more professional than when we started.
I'm still announcing that I farted on the air.
So we have no topics.
We have no topics.
We have no talking points.
We got some fodder. I mean, we could talk about like recent fanboy-ish, comic-ish related, I guess, material if you want to do that.
Yeah, there's some announcements with Smallville that went on. There's some Thor and Captain America pictures out there.
Yeah.
Go for it. You start.
What do you think? Well, this will be probably the big one now, so I'll start with this one first. What do you think about the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern costume? Go.
I think it's okay. I think it looks good. I know a lot of people are having issue with the mask, but at this point, it's one picture.
The thing I mean, the mask I can't understand because I mean, it looks kind of like his mask.
Yeah,
I don't understand that at all.
He looks like Green Lantern. I mean, that's the important part. But it's one picture.
Have you seen the lower portion? Like, all it shows is one shot. I don't see like the bottom half.
No.
So I'm thinking. My opinion on the suit is I like it and it works for me, and I think it actually will work for Hollywood because it actually looks kind of like almost like a symbiote Venom kind of a thing going on. Like it looks like the suit is actually a living thing on him. Like I'm thinking, you know, when Hal Jordan crashes and he comes across the alien gives him the power ring,
right?
Shit. What I'm thinking is in the movie, the way they're going to take it, the direction they're going to take it is when he hands him over the ring. He also kind of like hands over some type of weird alien, I guess, magic or something to him. So whenever he becomes Green Lantern, he literally like the costume kind of grows on him, like Venom, you know, or like the Black Spider-Man costume. I'm thinking that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because it kind of looks like there's stuff going on underneath the surface, like veins and weird shit going on. So I'm thinking it's some kind of like alien thing that just like covers his body. And that kind of works for the movies. That's cool. If they can pull it off.
How's it different than in the comic book? I mean, how does he change costumes?
It's just a suit he puts on. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember the old like the Gil Kane from back in the day, like the original Green Lantern material. I don't remember even seeing him ever put it on.
Yeah,
I remember him doing the Green Lantern, you know, the Blackest Day and Night or whatever, and then turning into the Green Lantern, and there he is. Like, I don't remember anything actually happening. Like Barry Allen had the ring, like he hit the ring and the Flash costume flew out, which was kind of stupid.
Right.
And that was his thing. I mean, they didn't even do that on the fucking TV show, and they had the Flash TV show, which was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that wasn't...
I like that show. I have no problem with it. Not even the Trickster episode.
Yeah, he was in two of them. Mark Hamill was in two of those. So don't you think it was generated from, like, his ring then? If you're thinking it's like a symbiotic kind of thing, that would make sense to me. Yeah,
like I'm thinking maybe the alien touches him or something, like when he's dying, and somehow, you know, like it passes on, you know, I hate it again because it sounds stupid, magic or some kind of thing to him, because he senses that he's a good person probably, because he's, you know, like he senses he's good, like he does in the, you know, the comics and all that. So I'm thinking that's the way they're going to go with it. And when you're going to see the rest of the Green Lanterns, all of them, like the aliens and stuff, like it's going to be like easier to swallow. Whereas if you had like, you know, Gnort, like which is probably one of the biggest jokes of the Green Lantern Corps.
No, the squirrel, man.
Great.
The squirrel.
Oh, the squirrel. The guy with like 8 heads. He looks like a hamburger. The giant penis. All these other things happening in the background.
Well, here's my one giant concern with that movie and kind of with the Captain America movie, and it's both actors, which are fine actors. They're very good actors. The only issue with Ryan Reynolds and Chris Evans is they're all goofy in their movies. They all, are smart asses.
Yeah, you're like, can they get serious? Or like Seth Rogen as Green, as the
that too. Him as well. Yeah. I'm hoping.
I love him. Don't get me wrong, but
it's not right. It's not the character, and I'm hoping they don't put part of that into their what they're doing. Because I think Green Lantern's not a goofy kind of jokester kind of guy. Hal Jordan, and neither is Steve Rogers, Captain America.
I guess your feelings are pretty, you feel kind of like okay about it?
Yeah, it's one picture.
I guess I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
I say what I got to say.
It's one picture. Fanboys go crazy over stupid shit.
Unless the bottom of his costume is like bright purple.
Right, neon lights. Right?
Or there is no lower half to the costume. I don't see Ryan Reynolds' cock with a ring on it.
Yeah.
Entire movie.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to see. The power of cock ring. What power that would wield.
I'm sure the wife would want to see that, but no. No cock and bulls.
My girlfriend and your wife both, yeah.
No cock and bulls.
I can wash my laundry on his ass.
But you would mention yours.
I'm like, lady, step back. Let me break out the keg. You know what I'm saying? I busted out the lady step back in disgust. Dogs would love that.
Pixar movie.
I've been out in the fucking yard for an hour and a half, and I think I'm done shitting by now.
It's like Alice in Wonderland I just saw this weekend. The animals were talking.
Yes. What did you think about it? Was that your first time seeing it?
Yeah, it was all right. It was typical Tim Burton nonsense.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater with the lady. She's a huge Tim Burton fan. So those chicks are pretty much overall, I guess.
Yeah, they like the fantasy aspect. Plus Johnny Depp's in most of his films.
That's what it is, and of course, they all swoon over. Yeah, Johnny Depp.
That's another piece of footage that I saw today, actually. I saw a YouTube video of Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, because they're filming the fourth one right now.
The new one that's coming out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be out next summer. I don't know. The first one was really good. The other two, I couldn't even tell you what the fucking plots are.
The second one I deal with. The first one I liked a lot.
Yeah.
After that, I don't think what is there, 4 of them?
The fourth one will come out in 2011, summer of 2011.
Oh, okay.
The good thing maybe is because Orlando Bloom and the other hot chick there, Knightley there, is not going to be in it. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it just needs to be a Johnny Depp Sparrow film.
That's kind of cool. Just like a solo story.
Yeah. He likes to play the character.
Beefcake. The beefcake overload.
Yeah.
To get rid of some of the beef.
More cake.
Where's the beef?
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
What do you think of the Thor pictures? Loki. I'm digging.
I'm really liking it, and I'm loving it. I'm liking Thor a lot. I'm loving Odin a lot.
Yeah.
I think the Odin armor is out of control.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I saw the picture of it. I was like, what?
Anthony Hopkins.
Is going to be dressed like that? Oh, hell yeah, with his patch and everything.
Yeah. The guy that retired like 10 years ago. Made 50 films since.
Hannibal Lecter is fucking Odin. How cool is that? It's a fanboy double like jizzgasm for fanboys.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It looks good so far. As far as the pictures. I mean, again, it's pictures.
And then let's talk about, of course, Mr. Captain America.
Chris Evans.
Fire away.
Again, we haven't seen much. We haven't even seen him in costume. So.
Yes, but we've seen the mock-ups.
Yeah. The only thing
the mock-up.
The mock-up is good. And here's the problem that I have with the film already, and it kind of goes hand in hand with Superman Returns, with a line about America. They're going to downplay America because I understand they want to distribute it around the world, but it's Captain America. They're not going to make him the patriot that he is. That's his character, and that kind of pisses me off that we're I don't know, not bowing down, but we're kind of giving in and saying America's not all that great. That's the character.
Right.
So that's my bitch.
I mean, look, when they created him all those years ago, Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, I mean, the world was in turmoil, and we kind of needed this symbol to get behind us, to be strong for us. And those two guys sat in that studio in Brooklyn, and they pumped out this guy dressed up basically like the American flag, and my guess would be he's supposed to represent America.
Right, exactly.
That's my wacky guess.
You think?
It's call me kooky, but that would be my wild guess, if you may. But it's ridiculous. ridiculous. He's a fucking gigantic, muscly dude wearing the flag.
Right.
With a prominent A on his head. I'm sure it doesn't stand for asshole. A big star, a big shield with a star, and stripes on it. What the fuck?
Right.
What is he, Captain fucking Iran? He's Captain America.
That'd be an I.
But that would be cool.
There's an A in Iran.
I'd encourage every nation to have a captain. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, which is fine. Go make your own goddamn captain.
Exactly. We got our own.
Right, exactly.
Captain Berlin.
Yeah, you know, in Superman when they go, it's truth, truth, justice, and all that stuff. They will...
And all that stuff, yep.
Yeah. That's bullshit.
That's true. I remember seeing like Perry White saying that in a trailer.
Yeah.
Like the first trailer, and I'm like, why does he say that?
Right.
And good, all that good stuff. You know why? Because he got stamped with a big PC.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Or liberal. I don't want to get my politics into this, but liberal Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, forget about it. We can go all night on this shit.
Right. Yeah. Typical liberal Hollywood, and I understand they want to, as far as releasing it overseas, people don't want to hear that shit because I guess supposedly we're not that popular these days, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's our movie,
we live in America. We got more nukes than you. So shut the fuck up.
Right.
Don't make me push this button here.
Anyway, that's my bitch
about
the movie.
that. But if it comes down to it, man, hey, all I got to say is Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to it, there's a movie that got it right, except for the end. I mean, like, look, everything you're like, oh man, this is dead on the book. Oh wow, look at that. That's line for line, Alan Moore's script, and look at that scene with Rorschach, like it's panel by panel perfect. And then the ending comes, and you're like, the fuck? It's like, okay, use a little artistic license while you're at it. But I don't know. I thought it was a fantastic comic book movie. Probably one of the, if not, I'd go as far as saying one of the best. I don't know about you, but I got out of the theater like, wow, I can actually get on my radio show like 2 days from now with Chris and not talk shit about it because I liked it, you know?
It was good. It didn't do well at the box office.
It didn't. I mean, and I was surprised because like even like critics liked it. So I was surprised it didn't do as well. Like they're like, oh, you know, go tell your friend that doesn't read comics to watch The Watchmen and he'll love it. You know?
It just wasn't a broad enough audience.
Non-comic book people didn't see it, so unfortunately, that was the problem. I'd say all the fanboys and fangirls probably turned out to see it, but the rest of the nation didn't, unfortunately.
Same with Kick-Ass there, same thing. It wasn't broad enough.
You know what? I have not seen it yet.
Oh, it's a good movie. I liked it.
The book, I love the book. I was reading the book before this movie was even hinted about. I didn't know anything about a movie coming out. I was reading the issue by issue, you know, before I went to the graphic trades and all that.
Yeah.
So I heard it announced, and I think the series, when they announced the movie, they were at issue like 3 or something. I might be wrong about it. But I was like, isn't it a little soon to be making a Kick-Ass? I mean, the book is great and everything so far, but is it a little soon to be making a Kick-Ass movie? Like, I don't know. And then I remember seeing the trailer for the first time going, oh, shit, that looks awesome.
Not politically correct, which was great about it.
No, the book isn't either. Have you ever read the book at all?
No, I didn't read that. I only read a little of Watchmen. I read, like, the first 2 issues.
Man, yeah. Where are you?
I'm in the first couple issues.
Come on, man. Stick your nose in it.
I got the trade.
That.
I just get into other stuff.
Yeah, it's a distraction with me, too, because I have all these trades, all these separate issues that I haven't read yet, just sitting around me, like literally surrounding me like a wagon train of geekery, firing arrows at me. And I'm like, what? I don't know who to, go to first. You know, I could go fix my action figure collection, or I could come over there and read that novel, or I could go over there and play the video game. Like, all this geek shit surrounds me, and I'm so fucking distracted. I think it's like fanboy ADD or something.
There's too much to do.
There is. We're living in this insane world where you push a button, your phone can make like a fucking shake. These crazy things that are going on right now with phones and computers. But anyway, I actually wanted to ask you this on the air. Maybe I guess would be a good time to ask you this. Are you coming out to the con this year or what?
When is it? It's October?
It is October. I think it's the first day is the 8th.
Okay. No, I will not.
I think it's the 8th or the 10th.
No, I will not be there, unfortunately. No.
You bastard.
Yeah, I got to get this thing called a job.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir, man. It's rough out there right now. That's like to anybody who's listening and all of the Fanboy Theater fans, I guess the fan film community in general. I guess you know by now that I haven't updated in like forever, and the reason for this would be that not that I fell out of interest with fan films or that I'm turning my back on them or anything like that. I mean, I got people saying, "Hey, man, I sent you something this long ago, and you didn't get back to me yet about the putting it on Fanboy Theater." And basically, I mean, I'm sorry to all those people first and foremost. I apologize, but it's basically come down to the issue of I have to like dedicate most of my free time to doing other things. I can't really put the time in right now that I'd like to keep Fanboy Theater going like it used to do back in the day. I'm basically just doing what I can, little bits and pieces there. It's been slow and it's been pretty much like non-existent Fanboy Theater or stagnant and whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I know you've been just putting in crazy work, over on your site.
Well, I go in blocks. I'll Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday's my day.
Like one movie.
I'll spend this block of time on it. I'll get what I can done,
right.
And then that's it. That's it for the rest of the week. And then I write and I do other things. I work on people's websites and stuff. So
right. I mean, I'm amazed at what you've accomplished since you started up. Revamping your site. You really just took everything like the bull by the horns and just kind of like let it fly. And I was amazed when you revamped Fan Film Follies.
Yeah,
it went from being like this, like a side column kind of a thing.
Well, I was not that I want to plug them, but I was posting on the comic book bin for a while, and the guy that runs it, I just don't agree with anything. He was like posting stuff about jaywalking in Toronto or wherever the hell Quebec, wherever the hell he lives. I think it's Quebec. There was this other racial freaking column that they put in there, and I didn't agree with it. It's a comic book column.
Racial or racist?
Racial. It was there.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple guys that they're black guys. It was basically a slam on like white people. What? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'll send you the link. It was just bullshit.
Fuck.
Yeah. It was like white. It was a column about how white people in power were setting up black people, and it was ignorant.
On the comic book bin?
Yeah, it was ignorant.
What the fuck? I'm trying to process it. It just ain't working.
I'll have to find the link, and I'll post it with this podcast if I can find it. And you can disagree or agree with me.
Stand on the corner and yell, like, kill the white man?
No, it wasn't really like that. Again,
all right.
I'll find the column, and...
I mean, I'm all about kill whitey. I mean, so no problem with that.
I mean, if it had a valid point, I would certainly back it up, but it didn't. And
it doesn't really belong. It's not appropriate.
No.
You're there to see movie news. You're there to read comic book reviews. You're not there to get politics.
Right.
Unless it's fanboy politics. I mean, that does exist.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's to the nth degree, I would say.
Yeah, but that's totally different. So anyways, it was time to get my own site, and I'm happy it came together pretty good. And
it's really
happy to do my own
site.
thing.
I remember the day it launched, I went to Patty, check out Chris's site. And I just showed it to her, I was like, holy shit. And she was like, wow, now you got some real competition. I'm like, that's
bitch. And you're below me in Google, man.
Trying to fucking outshine me, you bastard.
You got to come back.
I know, man. Jesus Christ. I really got to come back from the dead.
Yeah.
Well, I was speaking to your favorite friend the other day, Mr. Notarilli.
Oh, I got a whole story with that.
I don't know if you want to go into it, but I knew from him that there was some kind of a beef on the Batman fan film message board. I don't encourage anyone to go over there and take part in it, but basically, and we might be able to air this just as long as we keep it
Yeah, I'm not going to start bashing the guy. He's not on talking to us and everything.
I mean, Chris is my friend. He has been for a very long time. He was one of from day one of my biggest supporters, and he continues to be huge behind me in Fanboy Theater. So I can't really. The guy is very, very passionate. That's the thing, Chris. Chris is very, very passionate about what he does.
That I understand.
He really doesn't like to really have people tell him any different. Like, he has his opinion. He really doesn't like anybody really kind of giving theirs. Which, doesn't really make sense. It's not realistic. In the real world, you know, you're going to do something, and your opinion is going to be, oh, I like it or I hate it.
Right.
It's not going to be I like it all the time or I hate it all the time. It's going to change depending on what it is. You know, and then you had, you know, Bat and the Sun put out this new awesome Batman fan film, and, you know, Aaron Schoenke spent, like, $20 grand or something?
It was $27,000
on this new Batman fan film, City of Scars, which is off the chain. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's all over the place. You just turn the sound and the music and everything off, and it's just nice to look at. You know, it's that kind of a movie. You know. So anyway, basically on the forum, you know, Chris kind of like, you know, put his complaint in. Like, I didn't think it was worth spending $27,000 on a fan film. In a way, I can understand that because you're not going to really be making money off of it. So if you're going to put $27,000 into a film, like you and I know, it would be, you'd have to do something original to make money off of it. It's not going to be a fan film where you make diddly. You know, I'd rather make something, personally me, I agree with that. I would make something original with $27 grand. But God bless him for loving fan films and loving Batman that much and being that passionate about the characters that he could actually do that, spend $27 grand on a fucking fan film. Right.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, it's crazy in a good way, not in a bad way. Not like, he's a crazy motherfucker, stop him now. No. You know, it's like, wow, that is fucking awesome. That you had the balls to just be like, I got $27 grand, I can make my own fucking movie. Or I can just make a fan film.
Anything. You can take a trip to Europe. You can have a big party. It's your money. If this is what you want to do with it.
$27,000.
Right.
Wow.
For some people, that's just a pocket change.
Right. That's what it is. It's either a chump change or it's, you know, money they've been sitting on for a while and they haven't done anything with it and they just decided, I'll blow my wad. You know, like, I don't know about Sandy Collar, but I want to have him back on the show soon again because
you set that up.
Big Nego fans. And
yeah, that's what you've been saying.
Talking to each other and stuff like that. So, anyway, shout out to Sandy if he's listening. But I definitely would have him on again. I want to have him talk about his original film.
Hunter Prey.
Yeah, so that would be cool to talk to him about all that stuff and hear his opinion on maybe City of Scars, because I'm sure he's probably seen it by now. But anyway, so we have this disagreement.
You're going on 20 different avenues.
I know. I don't know, dude. But anyway, you know, that was that. So you had your opinion, he had his opinion. They didn't meet. Kablam! That was a big explosion. That was that.
All right. Here's the only reason that I posted that, and you know, in hindsight, it's stupid. It's a message board. I know how infantile message boards get. That's why I don't usually post on message boards. But give the guy some kudos. When, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, maybe not even that long ago, when Shonky there posted some pictures, you know, Notarella said something about it, and about all right, whatever. And then when it came out and there was a message post for it and everyone was posting there, it's just
like a separate thread.
The negativity. If you have negative things in your brain, don't post it. Especially on a post.
Think it.
Right. Or start a new post. Post. Chris Notarelli, don't give a shit, won't even go there. But on this post, this was for Aaron, this was for his film. Because as you said, when he posts something, if you say something negative about what he posts, he goes postal. Yeah. I mean,
literally. No pun intended.
Are you kidding me? I don't want to hear your opinion. I'm just posting it. What? Then don't fucking post it. Put it on your computer and watch it and enjoy it for yourself. If you don't want critiques, then don't put it on a message board. It would have been nice for him to say, hey, great job, you know, and left it that, left his stupid opinions.
You know what, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the direction you took or the money you spent, but job well done.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Even that would have been stand-up.
Exactly.
So, anyways, whatever.
But, I can see how, what it is, like, directors are very passionate. That's a problem, usually. Because you get enough of us in a room, and one of us leaves the room, and the other one goes, well, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Then we go back to the room like, somebody's talking shit.
Chris reminds me of a little boy standing on a chair, waving his hands, saying, look at me. Look at me. And if you don't look at me, I'm going to get so mad. And if you don't look at me in a good way, I'm going to get so mad. And that's exactly what... And the guy's got to be pushing 30.
My movies are flawless.
And he wants to be...
Anything else?
He wants to be in the industry? No fucking way he's ever going to be. He's going to be 50 years old.
Hollywood.
Right.
He doesn't even live in Hollywood. And that's pretty much, as sad as it sounds, is very necessary these days. You have to.
But most...
You want to be in porn or movies or both, you have to live in Hollywood.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true, but I don't know. Anyways, next subject.
You're in your basement right now, speaking of which.
What's that?
Let's get to the green screen.
Oh, the green screen? Yeah, I built my
Star Wars porno.
My buddy, for my 40th birthday, I turned June 12th. Thanks for everyone.
Yay!
Thanks for all the birthday cards that I didn't get. Anyways, he's
giving a rat's ass.
That's all right. It don't matter. I didn't give a rat's ass. I wouldn't expect anyone else to.
Exactly.
So basically, my buddy bought I've been talking it for a couple years now. When I get the money, it's always when I get the money, and there's always other things to pay for. When I get the money, I'm going to go and build a green screen. So he's heard that for the past couple of years. So for my 40th birthday, he met me at my house. He was in my driveway when I got home. I was probably out picking up some beer for us or something like that. Opened up the garage door, and there's drywall, nails, everything to do it. He goes, okay, You've been talking about it. Let's go do it. So the next 2-3 weeks, he did most of the work. I held the drywall for him, and he's more in tune to that stuff. So anyways, we built the green screen.
Sexy when you work on it.
What's that?
It's like, you look
absolutely.
To me when you work on it. How do you do it?
I was taking the pictures. I told him to wear this muscle shirt. He built most of it. I painted it, and it
that was funny. Yeah, wear this shirt too. Oh yeah.
So now I have a green screen down in my basement that I have to figure out what the hell to do with. So my thing is, I'm finishing up a script for one of my ideas. It's called Gems. And tonight I went down and played around with the lighting and stuff. I got to get some better lighting. And I'm hoping by next year I might, Grayson, as far as it's a fan film podcast, so that's a fan film. They did like a 5-minute trailer. So I'm going to pull bits from the script and attempt to go out and get some actors and make like a Grayson trailer to my Gem script. So we'll see what happens. Right now it's just kind of go down, play, get familiar with it, learn, and that's where it is right now.
That's awesome.
Yay. Yeah, we'll see.
So Gems that's your original comic book, right?
It was originally written as a comic book. It never got done, and at this point, like I said, I wrote a feature film. It's at 102 pages as of today. I'm going to finish it up next week, probably get to about, 120, which is probably too long. Edit it up, hopefully chop some stuff out, and then send it off to some people, and hopefully they can help me edit it for me. Give me some ideas.
Chris's easy excuse to get really hot girls to come over his house.
Exactly.
Asian half, like spandex tank.
Hot Asian girls.
And
exactly.
With automatic weapons. And
honey.
Triple H breasts.
Bubba, it's my craft. Just have to convince the wife.
Darling, you're a gem. Go to work. Get naked for me. You're going to be big, I tell you, like my wiener is right now.
So anyways, that's my plan.
Yes, that is your master plan. Can I rub your hands? Yes. But anyway, I wanted to kind of bring this up, too, for on the Comic-Con-ish kind of tip, I guess. In October, there's going to be the New York Comic-Con. We're going to be there. And I heard the first wave of guests is pretty cool so far. James Marsters, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Buffy and Smallville.
Yeah, who is returning actually for the 200th episode of Smallville, which I was going to bring up.
Hell yeah. We'll
awesome.
talk about that after.
Yep.
But anyway, he's going to be there. Amy Sackhoff from Battlestar is going to be there.
Never got into that show. Go ahead.
Those are like the first two big ones. Stan the Man is going to be there.
Of course.
I missed out on last year if you listened to our podcast.
Right, don't fuck it up this time.
No, 2008. 2008 I would have missed.
Right.
I would have been like, hey, Stan, have you ever heard of a fan film? He'd been like, well, Webhead. A fan film. What's a fan film?
Oh, he knows what those are.
Yeah.
Are you going to interview?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to interview him?
I am going to try to get Stan. I'm going to try to get James Monsters.
That would be awesome.
I'll see.
Yeah, you usually do a good job.
Get a hello. Even if I can get a hello out of Stan Lee, that'd be awesome.
We'll keep looping it for the entire show.
You're like, hello.
that would be the total 45-minute fan film podcast.
Hello. It's like, dude, this is skipping. Hi. Whatever he says. Excelsior.
You usually pull off some good interviews.
Super Excelsior. Hip-hop stand. Hip-hop stand.
Yeah.
What they do is they give you a couple big names for a little while. They let you kind of sit with it.
Right.
And then at the last minute, usually like a month or 3 weeks until the event takes place, they'll start hitting you with this big guns out of nowhere. It's like,
yeah, probably because they don't...
going to be there, and that person's going to be there, and this person, and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that person probably doesn't know what his schedule is, until... That's
what it is. Like, Phil Morris, he was like, I got thrown in here, and, like, I don't even know what was going on. They took me to be on a panel in 20 minutes and all that stuff, so... And it was funny because I remember, we obviously had the audio for that, the Phil Morris,
right,
at the con, and I don't know if anybody remembers, but I said to him, is the Martian going to be back? And he kind of paused a little, and I said, he's going to be back. So that leads us into Smallville.
There's some returning characters.
Yes, and I am rubbing my hands together right now in a pleased way.
You sure you're rubbing your hands?
Not in a pleasing way. That's different.
Or your hands rubbing something.
The hands would be lower.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, so far so good.
This is the big one. This is the one that's going to give it everybody what they want. I heard the last episode is going to be finally Clark's going to put on the dome.
I haven't heard that one.
I did.
Really?
Like, 2 different sources. I don't know if they're reputable.
But Notarelli and Jesus, right?
And Red Fox, his decomposing body.
Yeah.
All these random people.
Yeah.
The comic show.
The bum up the street. The bartender. Hey,
all these random people are voiced.
So who are the random people? I'm very curious.
Comic Book Resource Forum and
that doesn't
one guy's blog. He has a Superman blog. It's not necessarily a Smallville blog.
Right.
But he said that he read somewhere that the final episode is more than likely going to be him putting on the duds.
Is not or is?
It's got to be.
Oh, okay.
To me, that would be kind of cool, but in a way it would suck because it's like, he's putting on the suit. Finally, he's going to be Superman, and then he's going to fuck off. Never come back again. You're not going to get to enjoy it. It's going to be like, yes, he's finally Superman. And then, for 5 minutes. And that's it. And it's done. Like, I'm as much, like, I'm such a big Smallville fan that I know I'm going to cry. I know it. I'm not even ashamed to admit it. Dude, I watch you with Patty. It's just like, are you crying? There's so much power in the air.
That's too funny.
I'm serious, man. Like, I'm so passionate about that show, and have been for so many years that literally I will cry. I'll be like, it's about time to finally get your wings, Clark. Fly.
Well, it's more than they.
Baby eagle.
It's more than they originally said they were going to do.
Leave the nest, fly.
If they're going to spend that much money, I don't know if they're going to spend that much money, but if they're going to spend that much money on a suit, they might as well have them, wear it for at least an entire episode.
It's like 2 or 3. That would be cool, actually. Like 3 episodes.
Make the last episode, like a 2-parter.
Yeah.
And at least the last part.
Right. Well, they said when the series first started, the famous phrase was "no tights, no flights."
Right.
We saw the flights before the tights.
Right.
So I was amazed when they had the flying. What was it, like episode 5 or season 5 or?
Well, that was the Red Kryptonite
for the first time.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, it's been so many years, but I can't really remember.
Yeah, but they had no idea this was going to last 10 freaking years.
Yeah, they were probably like, holy shit.
What? We lasted 2 episodes?
Oh, my God. Guys, we got to get cracking here. We need some serious stories.
So James Marsden's coming back. Vera Vanderlick. Yeah.
Camp. Like I ate tonight. Yes, she's a good. She's easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's hot
looking gal.
And then what's his face there? The Duke there, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep.
Oh, he's not the Duke.
Schneider.
Boo.
He's my friend is who he is, okay?
Yeah.
That's John Schneider, my friend.
You talked to him once for 15 minutes. He's your friend.
I got Bo Duke in my corner. Yes.
I imagine, what's-her-tits there, Perry White will be back, and Martha Kent there. And
yeah, she's coming back. Yep.
Oh, really?
You know how John Schneider said his idea would be that, for his ideal ending to the series would be for him to hand him the costume.
Well, that's too late.
Yeah.
He's already got it. Unless he picks it up again and hands it back to him.
He's got the symbol.
Oh, I thought it was the costume that he picked up at the end there.
It's supposed to be him putting it on, I think. That's what it is.
No. He opened, in the beginning of the last episode, he opened the box or whatever, and then they had the symbol in his eye. I thought it was Martha Kent handing him over the entire costume.
And then he sees the vision of the cape flying with the S on the back.
Well, that takes place before that scene. It's all in the same act, but I thought it was the costume. I'll have to go back and look at that one again. All right.
Because I don't really necessarily remember
You know way more than I do, so...
Yeah, I mean, I have so much Smallville under my belt. I'm trying to, what season is that? Is that 6? Is that 5?
Right.
I don't know which one it took place in. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was starting when the appetite was starting to get wet for for Superman to finally show up on the show. And once they started firing away, especially with that JSA episode, I was like, oh man, Superman is totally going to be on.
That's another one who's coming back.
Totally going to have him come out totally in at least the last couple episodes.
Yep. Hello.
Yes. But
he's coming out.
I thought that would be kind of cool if they had GL come on, but I was thinking as kind of like a modification. If they had GL and his power ring was actually powered by the kryptonite that fell to Smallville.
Yeah.
So he's kind of a guy tinkering around it, and he made this ring, and somehow it came to his mental, everything he thought would come out of the ring. But yeah, it's a jump.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen with the movie.
Green kryptonite, Green Lantern, put them together.
Tell you why not? They had fucking kryptonite gum.
I know you. Oh my God,
Pete Ross, that drug fucking dealer.
I love. They're totally not listening right now, but all you guys, seriously, that was the biggest excuse for a commercial.
Yeah.
And then you took Sam Jones III, you returned his character as P. Ross, for him to turn into a black plastic man and talk about gum.
I wonder he turned to drugs. Well, he dealt them. He didn't turn to them.
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But, Pete Ross, I wouldn't mind having him come back as Pete Ross. But he came back as kind of he wasn't the same, really.
Yeah.
He was kind of cocky and weird. He wasn't the same character.
Right.
I loved his Pete Ross. I loved Sam Jones' Pete Ross a lot. And I remember hearing beef oh, he's black, that's bullshit. Pete Ross is, he's got the yellow, he's the blonde kid, and he's goofy. But that's the whole thing with Smallville, as we both know. Smallville is taking what you know about Superman and what you know about his mythology and kind of putting their take and their spin on it. It isn't, Jerry Siegel just their book by book. It isn't like that. It's their thing. It's they're honoring Superman and all that. And the respect definitely shows, but they're taking kind of their direction. So
yeah, a lot of fanboys don't get that.
So that's what it is. Oh well, he should have got the costume way before now. Before he went out of his first mission, what was he wearing? A black trench coat and black shoes. He wasn't wearing them.
Yeah.
That's all I say. Go and look through the comics yourself.
Yeah, if you want to just have some, and I'm sure anyone that's listening to this knows, if you just want to have some chuckles, go to any of the superhero hype and just read the comments. Dudes, man! If people were that concerned about, politics, in world events.
A lot better shape right now.
Yeah.
What else do we got to build? Let's think. Any other movies we're missing, or?
Well, I did see Batman the Red Hood. That was...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Excellent.
I saw the commercial for it the other day. The first time I even knew about it.
It's very good. It's probably one of the best DC animated adaptions so far, I think, in my humble opinion. The ending was just... I don't usually... How's a good way to phrase it?
I don't spoiler warning on this before we...
No, I'm not gonna give away the plot or anything. I mean, if you read the comic book, you basically know the plot anyways.
Yeah.
But I don't usually get choked up over animated films, but the last act was just so well animated and so well acted and so well put together. It was well done. My bitch about the DC animated films and there's like a fight every 5 minutes. I wish there was more character interaction.
They're throwing superheroes at you like gumballs. So
right. So that's
throwing stuff at you.
I'm 40 years old. I understand the demographic they're going after. They're going after they're PG-13. They're going after the teenagers.
Eye candy. I want to see more superheroes.
Right, exactly. They want to see, action all the time. But I like the character development. I like the dialogue scenes, and just the last act was perfect.
Sweet.
So great movie.
Gotta peep it.
Pick it up.
The whole character when he first appeared was basically the Joker.
Right.
That was the Joker's first alias.
Right.
And then they kind of, Jim Lee kind of resurfaced it all these years later, but kind of like put a spin on it. And if you don't know who's under the hood, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I guess every real comic book reader knows, obviously, but it's kind of a cool thing, I guess, in a way.
Ben, I don't want to prolong this because I gotta get something to eat, but.
Fuck you! This is going to go on.
No. Did you see the Batman porn movie? There's a Batman.
I saw a link to it.
It's so good. I got it. It's so funny.
Holy that cock.
The costumes are right on. The sets, just the way they lit everything.
60s parody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Adam West.
Exactly. They had Commissioner Gordon, Chief O'Hara with a stupid Irish accent.
Of course.
They had.
Please tell me there's no gay sex with Batman and Robin.
No gay sex. It's all straight.
The rest of my life.
No, it's all straight.
Oh boy.
It was just really well. They even had the guy that played the Joker.
Everything too, like the old '60s music.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of. They even did like the beginning. The beginning animation was
animated
just like it, but instead of like the symbols, they had XXX, where the bat and the R would be, and even the Joker had a mustache underneath,
like the painted face,
yeah,
mustache underneath.
It was totally a naughty homage of the show. It was great.
That's what I love about Cesar Romero. Cesar Romero's like, I'm going to be your fucking Joker, okay?
Yeah, but he was a big name.
I have a mustache.
Yeah.
I'm a big fucking baller here, all right? So if I'm going to have a full-grown beard, if I'm going to have a ZZ Top beard, I'll spray paint it white. And I'll be the fucking Joker.
At the time, he was pretty big.
Yes, he was. I mean, he was coming off of, like, doing serious, big-time, old-school classic cinema, which is, like, all great stuff. And then he turns into this campy, crazy... He was a pretty fucking good Joker, bro. Like, I think back on it...
Oh, absolutely.
He was goofy, like...
Yeah.
And jumping up and down, like, clapping his hands, but...
Right.
There was passion in that performance. It was, like, legitimately a good performance. It wasn't, like, hokey. It was silly, and it was goofy and off the wall, but so was that series. So it fitted perfectly.
Yeah.
And at the time in the comics, in that time, it wasn't the time it is now in Batman, where it's like, everything's so gritty, and people are getting brutally bludgeoned to death in dark alleys, and Batman is a creature of the night, and he's swooping down and giving old ladies heart attacks, and all these things that are happening in the comic now, which are so dark and depressing and moody, and everything is so, someone's going to die soon. That's how it is with everything now. You pointed that out once before.
Yeah, that will. It goes in trends.
Galactica, and they made it so dark.
That's why I never liked that show.
That's a perfect example right there. Galactica. Cheesy 70s, gotta love it for that show. And also Bitty and Buck Rogers. And
right.
Things from that time, you gotta love them just because they were so cheesy and stupid. And they were doing what they could do with their budget. And they were trying to stretch it as much as they could. And then you have all this technology now, so you could definitely do a million times more than they could back then.
Makes me wonder,
technology, and they're making it all, like, dark and like, can you keep that same kind of feel? Like,
Absolutely.
You don't have to necessarily be like, gloom and doom.
there's going to be 20-year-olds today in 20 years on some stupid podcast or whatever hell it's called in that, in that coming day. They're going to be saying the same thing.
Like, I remember back when that old show, Battlestar Galactica from the Sci-Fi Network.
Right.
That ancient show with...
You could tell it's a green screen. Or, you could tell it's all digital. Now we have real ships we fly. That's what's going to happen. We have real ships in space we fly now.
Flying fucking cars.
Yeah.
To this day, that's my rant and my rave.
Yeah.
Okay? It is the year 2010. 2010.
No hoverboards.
There should be fucking people flying in the sky right now. I look out the window, I don't see shit but the clouds, the moon.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody flying, I don't see space sprockets. I don't see anything. I don't see any of this. I don't see a button you push and you're instantly showered. I don't see any of this. That would be so great, though, wouldn't it? Yes.
I think you should plug your websites. I think this was an excellent show.
I think so. So, everybody, for the best from me and Chris, I guess, Fanboy Theatre, believe it or not, is going to be up and running soon.
It better be.
And I'm not giving a definite day or date, but I'm saying it is. It's coming up soon. Because we got the con coming up, and it's going to be way before October. It's going to be like in a month or something.
Yeah.
If that long. But there's going to be, a lot of updates, a lot of explanation for why I've been gone, a lot of, more, getting to that and elaborating more on that. And that is at my site, which is Fanboy Theatre, and it's not the American, movie theater. It's Fanboy, TheaTre.com. That's my main fan film site. And then, of course, there's this site, which is the Fan Film Podcast, of course, .com. And then there's Chris's amazing site, which is the Fan Film Follies. And you should have been reading his stuff for months, because I've been out of commission. And even though you are reading mine and his, obviously you should go to Chris because his stuff is really, really cool. He's kind of taken it in a new direction, and he's kind of enlisted the help of other people in the community. Like you got, Larry Longstreth now. He's doing articles for you and stuff. So that's
very opinionated.
Yes. Of course, in his work.
And J.E. Smith, who does the Doctor Who column, does a great job.
See, you're bringing it all. You're bringing the family together. You're like a giant family reunion.
Yeah.
At fanfilmfollies.com, .org, .net.
But not really.
Yes. .uk, .gov.
Yeah.